back to Guru Beauty. I'm Jodie. Thank you so much for watching. Wanted to post a sleek makeup haul for you today. So this came all the way from the UK to Australia, and I've been waiting for some things in their new collection to come out. I saw Foxy Locks post a review recently on their new Naturel eye palette, I think is what it's called. So I've been waiting for that to come out, and obviously a while ago some of you may have seen Wayne Goss makeup artist, do a review on all the sleek powder blushes, raving about them, and they're such a good you know, at such a nice price point that I was waiting for everything to become available so that I could get everything at once. So I'll show you what I got. First of all, I really like that it comes in just a nice little black box. It's funny because every MAC order that I've ever placed for, you know, online has gone to my sister's house in America, and she's unpacked that for me and repackaged it, you know, with whatever else I've ordered at the time. And so I've never had the pleasure of receiving a lovely black box from MAC, but this is really nice from Sleek. I think the beauty box may have come in a black box. Can't remember what the outer box was like last month, but anyway, so the box is lovely. They wrap everything in lovely pink tissue paper, and then inside they've really carefully, you know, they've got bubble wrap in the middle, and then they've really carefully packaged everything into these two boxes internally. So first of all, that's really quite impressive. So in the first box, and this is really a first impressions because I have not opened any of this except for one palette. This is some additional gift. It's the Sleek Mini High Shine Lip Gloss, and it's on a key ring, which is really cute, and you can see obviously the glitter coming up there. So that's really nice, a little free gift for the order. And then let's see, I'm about to change my nails because there is nothing that ruins nail polish as much as opening up beauty products, which is funnily ridiculous. So I'll just go through and show you everything as I'm opening it. The Sleek blushes are actually quite difficult to open, as I'm finding. So the first thing to show you is a Sleek blush, and this one is in, show you the camera there, is in Sunrise. Each blush, it's lovely packaging. Obviously each blush has its own, you know, full-size mirror that fills up the whole lid of the compact. That's really nice. That Sunrise there, it's got a bit of a shimmer to it. It's like a rosy tan with shimmer, and I would imagine that would actually look quite nice on most skin tones. I've just blended it in there. The next blush that I have is, I believe, quite a bright pink blush. Just trying to get that open there. This one is in Flamingo, and there's Flamingo there, quite a vibrant pink, and that is Flamingo just there. Quite a lovely pink when you're wanting to look really fresh and, you know, for a nice pop of color. So we'll just take a bit of a break from the blushes because the next thing in the palette is their Divine, or just their Divine mineral based eyeshadow palette, and this is their original one. I do have their Sunset and their Storm, and the original is full of some really nice colors. Basically it's a rainbow of colors. And you can see why it would be the original, you know, while they're trying to serve a whole lot of needs. This is the one item that I have already opened. Just like the blush compacts, the eyeshadow palettes all have a full-size mirror, which is just awesome for travel. Chuck it in your handbag. I never take eyeshadows with me in my handbag. I do not reapply eyeshadow throughout the day, but if you're someone who would do that, the mirror would come in handy. Or just, you know, in a hotel room, often the only mirror is in the bathroom, and that's not often practical if you're staying with someone or someone else is in the shower, or you've just gotten out of the shower and it's all foggy. Anyway, so mirrors and compacts are great for travel for me. So that is the original palette there, and you can see it's just a really nice, this row is mostly neutrals right up until here. It's a beautiful gold, and then some gorgeous greens and blues, and I'll be right back with a swatch of all of those colors for you. Okay, here I am with the swatches from the Divine Eyeshadow Palette from Sleek, and I've just done it in the order as they have it here in the palette. So we'll just start with the top row. So they've got a really nice matte black. Most of the colors in here are actually quite shimmery, but the black is actually quite matte. It is quite buttery and quite opaque. That's just one or two swipes, you know, on my hand with no primer. I think you'd be quite happy with how that applied on your eyelid. The purple there you can see is quite vibrant and shimmery. All the colours are definitely quite buttery. Next one along is like a dark navy, and then those blues and greens are absolutely divine. You've got a lovely green, a lovely sort of turquoise, and then a beautiful sort of teal as well. You can see a dark sort of jewel green there on the bottom row. Don't know if that gold is going to show up, but that is an absolutely stunning gold here, right here. I'm not sure if the beauty of that colour is coming across on the screen. Then a more sort of rust colour, an orangey, bronzy colour I should say. Two sort of pink colours, and I think the distinction between the two is coming up better actually on the monitor than in real life. The two pink shades, this is obviously peachier, more of a cool toned pink, and then this is just your beautiful sort of yellow toned, nice shimmery sort of highlight colour, really light yellow gold there. And I am actually wearing this on my eyes today. This was applied, you can see the shimmer on it. Sorry about the worn eyeliner. This, gosh, I put this on about 14 hours ago, probably about 13 hours ago. So you can see that the eyeshadow over the Too Faced Shadow Insurance certainly has long staying power. It is quite shimmery. So if you don't like shimmer, this is definitely not a palette for you. I'm not sure if Sleek actually does all matte palettes. I'm not sure, but the original palette would not be for you. But that is the original palette. I will say that the finish of them is a little bit chunky. So it is shimmery, but also a little bit chunky at first. And, you know, looking at my swatches, they actually don't look all that chunky, but it's hard to describe the finish, and it's probably because they're mineral based, but they're a smooth, chunky, it's a really bad description, but sort of a chunky, smooth, chunky sort of finish to them to work with them. It's like one swipe and it looks chunky, but then as you smooth it out, it smooths into a smooth looking shimmer, if that makes sense. If you've used these palettes, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. But for anyone who hasn't and they're wondering about the finish, I would sort of, you know, offer that up, that it is a bit of a chunky finish to start with, but you can smooth it out with a little bit more sort of packing on. So I do have another eyeshadow palette to show you, and this was the one that I was waiting on. It's the Nude collection, the Naturel eyeshadow palette, and this is also mineral based. I think all of their eyeshadow palettes probably are, but I'm not sure about that. This is what, actually it comes with a little cover with the shade names, which is a little bit different to the original. This is what that palette looks like, full of more sort of neutral colours. And this is the palette that I saw Foxy Locks review and do a look from. So I'll be right back with swatches from this palette. Okay, so here I am back with the swatches on my hand from the Au Naturel eyeshadow palette from Sleek. And you can see obviously here quite sort of light neutral colours on the bottom row, really mostly matte, so their lightest colour. This is a beautiful, beautiful taupe, but I will say that the colour payoff is probably the worst for that colour out of all the colours in the palette. Gorgeous colour though. Looking forward to seeing how that swatches over primer and also maybe even a colour base. I think we may have some improved performance there. I think despite the fact that these colours are, you know, nuder, I think that the colour payoff of these ones could be better. That being said, they are lovely colours. I really do like this shimmery sort of highlight colour. It's just gorgeous. And these colours are always fantastic for me, even if the colour payoff's not as good as some of the other shadows that I have. It's still nice for a light wash highlight. If you're after something that's, I don't think it has to be too pigmented for, you know, like an inner corner highlight or a brow bone highlight or a blending out colour. Sometimes you just need just a neutral colour on the brush to blend out, you know, a crease colour. And you know, I think that I'd be able to work with these colours. I think this palette was $10 to $10.50, I think maybe, and that's Australian dollars, so pretty good value if you ask me. This is the black here, no shimmer to that. I think you're seeing probably a gleam from like my makeup wipe that I wiped the last swatches off with, and you can see nice sort of darker neutrally colours here. I think they're coming off all quite purple and green compared with in real life. These are quite purple. This is more of like a burgundy shimmery colour, and the only shimmers so of this would be this one here, this colour here, this colour here, which is like it is more of a burgundy. It's got more of a pinky purple shimmer than how it's showing up. These are more brown than green compared with how they're showing up on the monitor, but thought you might enjoy seeing those hand swatches for the Au Naturel palette. So yeah, overall I think for $10.50 I'm quite pleased, but it's not as good quality as like your Inglot or your MAC eyeshadows, or you know, any other sort of high-end eyeshadows. I think the colour payoff for this palette is probably a little bit hit or miss, but I'm still, you know, I really like the colours, and I'm still pleased enough that I would definitely enjoy, I think, using that palette. And you know, if you were actually looking at the Naked palette, I think this would be a good substitute if you were just on a lower budget and didn't want to pay that, however much it is, $48, $56, something like that, 48 maybe, for the around $50 for the Naked palette. I think this Au Naturel palette would probably be quite, you know, up your alley, and it would do quite a nice job. So another blush to show you, and this is also from the Nude collection, so it's slightly different packaging from all the other blushes. This, I think, is the only blush that they have in this collection. This one is called Suede, and you can see it's just a nice sort of neutrally peachy colour, quite neutral. Next to the Flamingo, you can see it's sort of quite peach, and not as rosy as the Sunrise or Sunset blush. That is not as rosy as the Sunrise blush I put on first. Okay, a few more blushes to get through. I didn't get all the blushes in the collection, but I did get most of the ones that would be sort of good for fair to medium complexions. Next blush I got is in Pomegranate. Pomegranate is one of the more vibrant colours that I got. We'll show you Pomegranate swatched on my hand. That is definitely a pop of colour there. You can see how it compares. It's slightly warmer toned compared to the Flamingo. I think just you would tap your brush in that and blend that out, and it would still be a nice fresh pop of colour that's not too vibrant, just if you're very careful about your brush and how much you put on. So I will say, if you've got a beautiful manicure, that I would not want to try opening these compacts. This is Rose Gold, the famous sleek Rose Gold. You've probably seen this already on other YouTube videos and reviews. This is what they say is a close dupe to Orgasm, and I would have to say that it does, to me, just eyeballing it, look quite close to it. So I've just sort of blended it out there. Really pretty colour. It certainly has more shimmer than those other four colours, if that's coming up, I think, on the screen. But a really beautiful peach with a gold. I think, you know, Rose Gold describes it quite appropriately, and I would definitely recommend that for anyone who's, you know, a fan of the Orgasm blush or looking for a colour that's similar to that. I would say that would be a very close dupe for most people. So the next blush is more down the orange family, and this is called Lysa Peach, quite appropriately. Lysa Peach looks like, I don't know if my hands are just dry. Lysa Peach seems to take, like, I've taken 3 swatches there to swatch that for you, but a really nice, I think I would like that colour actually quite a bit. I like those sort of bright colours that really lift. They're sort of a bit glowy. You know, they're not invisible. They're a bit glowy. So this is from another collection. This blush is a limited edition from the Mediterranean collection, and this is in the colour Santorini. I like the packaging of these limited editions. This is in, as I said, Santorini. Get ready for this. Pow! It is a very, very, very vivid neon pink. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I've filmed a video but haven't uploaded it yet, just to say don't be afraid of bright colours in a pan. It's all in the application, and it doesn't have to come out the colour that you see in the compact. You can blend it with other colours, and with a light touch, they can just have the most beautiful effect. So this is a really strong, just single swatch of that colour, and then, you know, just by tapping your finger in it, you know, and blending it out. That's what it looks like blended out. So really pretty. That would actually be more natural than probably, you know, a color like this. You know, looking at this versus this, you'd think, oh, this is going to be more natural looking. But with a light touch, a color like that can just be absolutely beautiful and just look like a really just natural, gorgeous glow on the cheeks. So don't be afraid of bright colours, it's all in the application. Okay, another sleek blush. This is another quite vivid pink. This is Pixie Pink. It's quite a cool toned pink. Show you how that compares. And that is another one that is quite bright, quite cool toned. They're definitely down the same line as the Santorini. Just a few more items to show you here, 3 more to go. The face contour kit, I'm a big fan of Tanya Burr from Pixie Woo. She's a makeup artist and she uses the face contour kit quite a bit. Actually, the Pixie Woo girls use sleek makeup quite a bit. Again, a mirrored compact there, as you can see. Now, they had a choice, I think, of light, medium, and dark, and the idea is that you've got a contour and a highlight in the one compact. And I wasn't sure, I'm actually a medium tone. I'm like an NW25 to, like my Pro Longwear, I think, is in an NC30. So, I don't know, I like NW25 and NC30, so I really don't know what I am, but we'll just swatch this to get an idea of what those colours look like. And I think I'll probably be quite happy with light. If you have a look there, that's what the contour colour looks like. I like that that's not very orange, it's more on the brown side. That's what I'm looking for, and that highlight is quite nice. So if that gives you an idea of, you know, I'm an NW25, and that's what the light contour looks like near my face. So I think light would probably serve quite a few people's purposes. And I also got their sleek Molten metal metallic eyeshadow duo, and I've heard that these are like 2 different versions of gold. This, you can see the mirror there, obviously, 2 sort of different versions of gold there, a beautiful cream eyeshadow base. I'll just show you how they look. If you can see there, 2 different golds, slightly more sort of pewter colour and a slightly more sort of slightly yellowy gold. They're both sort of platinum-y colours, goldy platinum-y colours, absolutely beautiful. Love to see those on the eyelid. And the very last item I got was something that I wanted to compare with the OCC lip tars. I hadn't heard anything about these until I actually saw them on the website, and they are the sleek Pout paints. So these run for, I'll just check my invoice, the Pout paints run at $8 each, at least that's Australian dollars. And so that is slightly less than the OCC lip tars, which I think you can pick up around $14 American, probably slightly more if you were getting the OCC lip tars from an Australian retailer. I think Makeup and Glow, I think, does the OCC lip tars. They're an Australian makeup, you know, like professional makeup artist supplier, I think, is sort of where they're positioned online. And the Pout paint definitely is a lot like the OCC lip tars. I do like that the applicator is just a little nozzle, because I don't ever put on my OCC lip tars with the applicator. It would just apply way too much. And if you are interested, let me know, because X Sparkage, if you subscribe to X Sparkage, she did a review and a comparison of the Pout paint compared with the OCC lip tar. I looked that up after I saw these on the website. So this is the Pout paint in the colour Peachy Keen, and you can see it up there. Again, just like the OCC lip tars, really vivid, vibrant colours that, you know, a little goes a long way. So I'm quite impressed so far with that colour. I only got one. I think I don't wear them every day, but yeah, you really don't need a whole lot, and you can just put on a little bit and then maybe like a nude lip gloss over the top, and that can give you more of a natural finish. That was the biggest thing that I had to get used to when I started using these the OCC lip tars, was just how pigmented they are, and working out, you know, how little you need and the best application, and then, you know, do you wear it with another product or don't you? And the best way I've found is definitely with a lip brush, the tiniest bit on your lip brush, and just keep spreading, using that same amount rather than going back for more. If it feels like the lip brush is sort of drying out, just keep spreading. And I dare say that that's the same with the Sleek. So yeah, very impressed with that. Not sure if I will get any more, just because I feel like from my collection already with the OCC lip tars that I'm probably pretty happy with that amount. But that was the last product there. So I hope that you enjoyed my Sleek haul. I am overall really happy with these blush colours, the eyeshadow palettes. I really liked what I saw with sort of my neutral colours from the original palette today, and looking forward to trying out the Naturel palette again over different cream colour bases and primers, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you all again really soon. Bye.